Okay, let's dive right in. What if I told you there's a way to get an expert marketing analyst to break down your most complicated meta ads reports, find your winning campaigns, and tell you exactly what to do next? And what if you could do all of that in about 5 minutes for free? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're just staring at this giant spreadsheet packed with numbers, and you're feeling completely overwhelmed. You know the important answers are hiding in there somewhere, but finding them, it feels like searching for a needle in a digital haystack. And look, this is the classic problem for pretty much any business owner or marketer running ads today. It's just this constant flood of data, and trying to make sense of it all, it can lead to total analysis paralysis. Does any of this sound familiar? You're not quite sure if your CPM, your cost per thousand impressions, is actually good or bad. You definitely don't have hours to spare every single day just to analyze performance. And the biggest question of all, which of my ads are making me money and which ones are just burning through my budget? It's a huge problem that costs businesses real time and, of course, real money. Well, here is the solution. I want you to meet Claude. It's a seriously powerful AI that's about to become your new secret weapon. It is designed to just cut through all of that noise and basically act as your personal on-demand data analyst. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I've used ChatGPT. And hey, ChatGPT is great for general knowledge, for sure. But Claude is a whole different animal. It is way more advanced for this specific job because you can give it your raw data file and it can understand it on a really deep level, producing this incredibly detailed and authentic analysis. And here's the thing that just unlocks all this potential. And honestly, it's the best part. You don't need some expensive subscription or a fancy paid tool. Everything we're about to show you can be done with Claude's completely free plan. For accessibility, that's a total game changer. So how do you actually do it? This is where it gets almost shockingly simple. Seriously, we're talking about a 3-step process to go from a confusing spreadsheet to crystal clear, actionable insights. First, you just pop into your Meta Ads Manager and export your data for the last 30 days. Step 2, you take that file and you upload it straight into Claude. And third, you just give it a simple command to get the ball rolling. That's it. No complex setup, no technical skills needed. And this right here, this is the magic key. You can use this exact prompt. It's so simple and direct, and it tells the AI precisely what you need, a full breakdown of the good, the bad, and all the key metrics that matter. And this, my friends, is where the magic really happens. After you put in that prompt, Claude doesn't just throw a wall of text back at you. No, it builds this comprehensive, super easy-to-read dashboard that makes everything instantly clear. So right away, it pulls out the big top-line numbers. In this real-world example, boom, it instantly calculated the total ad spend over the last month across 4 different campaigns. No manual math required. From there, it organizes all the vital stats into this clean little table. You see total impressions, total purchases, your average CPM, and of course, the all-important cost per purchase. It takes a messy, confusing report and just makes it make sense in seconds. But this is where it gets really interesting, the visual analysis. Claude actually generates this simple bar chart, and bam, the story just becomes obvious. You can see a high-spend campaign got only 4 purchases, while another campaign that spent way less brought in 9. This is the kind of insight you could totally miss just staring at a spreadsheet. Okay, so identifying the problem is one thing, right? But the real value here is that Claude doesn't just stop there. It actually gives you a clear, actionable strategy based on what it found in the data. It literally points out your winner. In this case, it was a campaign launched on January 22nd. And why was it the winner? Well, because it drove the most purchases, 9 of them, at an incredibly efficient cost of just 853 rupees per purchase. That's fantastic. And then it gives you this piece of advice. So direct, so powerful. It actually noticed that this winning campaign had been turned off. Its recommendation is blunt and crystal clear. That was a mistake. This campaign should have been scaled up, not stopped. Now on the flip side, it also calls out your loser. This was the campaign that burned through over 13,000 rupees, but only managed to bring in 4 purchases. I mean, that's just a massive waste of budget. And here's the strategic move that just closes the loop perfectly. Claude advises that this underperforming campaign, it should have been killed off way earlier. And this is crucial, that budget should have been moved over to the winning campaign to maximize your results. It's not just analysis, it's a complete strategic plan. But you've got to understand, this isn't just a one-and-done report card. You should think of this as the beginning of an ongoing conversation with your new AI analyst. You can, and you absolutely should, go much deeper. You can start asking these really sophisticated follow-up questions. Ask it, hey, how exactly should I scale my winning campaign? Or give me some ideas for new ad creatives I should test. You can even ask it, what's the best targeting strategy for my winners? Or can you analyze my ad copy and tell me how to improve it? The more data and context you give it, the smarter its recommendations get. So let's just bring it all together. What does this mean for you? It means you save an enormous amount of time, you stop wasting money on ads that clearly aren't working, and you get the kind of expert-level insights that used to be reserved for expensive agencies or full-time data analysts, and you get them instantly. Which leaves us with this one final, pretty fascinating question. When tools this powerful become this accessible to everyone, it really makes you think, is your next and maybe even your best marketing expert actually an AI?